Hello everyone. I know I'm slightly late. I actually didn't even tell you guys that I was going to be going live tonight. But I do, like I've said, we're going to be doing them every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mackenzie here, back with another live then. How's everyone doing? You guys have drinks, snacks, whatever you guys really will need to sit down and listen to the live. I'm the spokeswoman for the Truth Seekers, as you guys know, and our mission is to be a convoy of information. We are not affiliated with any groups and or organizations. We are just here for awareness only. So you guys can decide with anything that we normally post if you guys think it's fact or fiction, and you guys can just let us know how you feel. Today will be very different than the usual lives I do. This week, instead of kind of negative sadness, like different events that have gone on in life and stuff, this is going to be our 12-day countdown, and we had actually started it a couple days ago, and so if you guys have not seen it, kind of after the live is over, go back and check into those. We have all kinds of posts about them, and it's going to be a good week. Well, week and a half. We decided instead of the turmoil, sadness, and all that, we just want to unite everybody, all the family, friends, neighbors, and we just want love, joy, and happiness to happen in through this holiday season. We don't want any bad situations or conversations, because this is a time of love, giving, it's a time of peace. It is supposed to be a time of giving. So our way is going to be to give back to you guys by doing our, like I said, the 12 days of Christmas, so you guys can kind of learn a little bit about what you can do and different traditions and fun stuff like that by checking out our profile. We just want to remind people Christmas isn't about money spent. It's not about going out and buying somebody an item or going out and getting the fanciest items that you can get. It's supposed to be about making memories and being with the ones you love and care about. And so we wanted to do a live kind of just to tell you guys, let's make it a cashless Christmas. Like, make it more fun, more family oriented, more friendship. Do some, if you don't have any traditions, start some traditions. Do some awesome things with as many people as you can. If you don't have any family, reach out to your friends, reach out to the people you care about, that you know around you, and just say, hey, I want to do something this year for Christmas. How about we do a dinner? Or how about we bake cookies? Or just do something fun like that. So each day, like I said, we've been doing our Christmas 12 days. And so our first day of Christmas, we were asking everyone to make a list of family, friends, neighbors, and whoever you can think of, and call them, reach out, just say hey, I've been thinking of you, wondering how you've been. Honestly, can you guys remember the last time that you reached out to a favorite cousin, brother, friend, or somebody that moved away, that you haven't really talked to recently? We're sure, honestly, reaching out will put a huge smile on their face, and they'll just think, wow, they touched my heart. And that's something you can't be able to know that you care about them, especially during the holiday seasons where a lot of people out there are really lonely. I mean, there's a lot going on a lot of people who just don't have somebody. So reach out, make a phone call and say, hey, what are you doing? How's life? What's been going on? And it takes 2 seconds to call somebody. It really does. And so I don't know, for people who have noticed and seen our profiles, you will see that it's just Christmas. So it's like different songs, different movies, different Christmas related ideas and different things. That's all it's going to be this entire 12 days. We don't want to have anything else. No negativity, no posts, no nothing. So that's our challenge for ourselves, but it's also a challenge to you guys to take this holiday season to do something different. Don't go towards the negativity, and don't go towards what's happening, because what's happening is going to be far different than what Christmas is all about. Truth is, so many people see negative at so many times that they don't take the time to sit down and think, I want to give to somebody, whether it be their heart, their conversation, their whatever they want to give. It could even be as simple as giving somebody a hug. I mean, it's the holiday season, so why not reach out and do something? So our second day of Christmas, for those of you that did not see it, we have challenged you guys to pick up a pen, pencil, crayon, whatever you got to write with, and surprise someone that you care about, somebody you love, with a note, card, letter, and just put a message of kindness on it, something that you know would mean a lot to them, something that would make their day. And a smile will 100% appear on their face if that happens, because it's like, it's the little things in life, guys. It's not the ginormous big prizes or the big things that you get somebody. It's the little things. I mean, even doing little things like cleaning up for somebody, holding a door for somebody, and just making sure that people are known that they're not alone. Like, just go out and write a little note and say, I'm thinking of you, or happy holidays, this is a great season and we're thinking of you. And the thing is, you don't have to just do these things this time of year. Do it year round, but use this as the time to start something as small as doing these, reaching out and doing things, and then when the holiday season is over, keep doing it, because the love, the passion, the joy, and all the things that you can do for somebody, it doesn't stop here. You can do it all through the year, and it'll make you feel better as a person, but it'll also make whoever you are trying to be nice to or do something for feel just as good, because that's all we ask as humans. We just want to feel like somebody cares and somebody loves us and somebody sees us as important. And this would be the perfect time to start making people feel good and doing things out of your way to make somebody's day. It's something that we as people need to change and start doing, because making someone else's day a little bit brighter, it makes the family grow, just like the roots of a Christmas tree. Without the foundation of family or friends, and that's what all this what we've been doing. We're all like a family to everybody. But it's like, if you don't do this and make somebody's day brighter, won't necessarily make you feel better. Like, it feels good to know that you made somebody's day. It does. Because when I make people's day, or I do something out of my way to make somebody happy, by the end of the day I feel amazing, because I know I did something that, or at least tried to do something to make somebody feel better. And sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you want it to, but at least you'll feel good knowing that you tried. But we pray that us doing this next 12 days, well, it'd be not as many now because we're on day 5, but we're hoping that by doing this, and we pray that by doing this, we bring families and neighbors and friends and a whole 9 yards together, because we can all reminisce, talk about the good day, like how it used to be, come together for the days before us. And we are encouraging people to go back and, like I said, read these and see what's coming next, the next couple of days. We have a lot more ideas of things you can do to make your holiday so much better, and take on the challenge, because it is going to be a fun one, because going through and seeing all the things you can do to make somebody's day, it's good. So on the 3rd day of Christmas, we did the photographs and memories. It's time to share some of those pictures, and we reached out, and for those of you that did not see the post, we did it, and we said, we challenge you to put your favorite picture that you have and why it's your favorite. What is so important about that picture that made you feel so good that you love that picture so much? Because we want to reach out to you guys just as much as we want you guys to reach out to us. And if you check out these posts and see the different examples we have so many examples of different things and how you guys can go about it. Then the thing is, a lot of families, and I know at one point whenever I was younger, we used to do it in my family too. We haven't done it in a long time, but we've been posting movie ideas. And the thing is, what you could do is start a tradition. Every year, or if you have kids or grandkids, one of the kids, grandkids picks out a movie, any Christmas movie, and every year do a movie for Christmas. Whether it be Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, you guys can pick a day, but it'd be something that you guys could bond together, make some popcorn, and do just a movie night for the holidays. And it always brings people's spirits up, and it makes people get even more excited about the holiday and get more into spirit, because Christmas is all about bringing joy to others. It's not about, well, it's also about Jesus and what he done for us, but it's also about peace. I mean, there can't be peace without people trying to make change. And now's the perfect time. It's no better time than the holidays to come together as Americans. Bring us together as one again, because we're not where we were. We have changed so much over the years. And before, it used to be where we would go out and do things for others. We would go out and make friends and talk to people and make people feel good. And now, not many people reach out. Not many people do things. And that's something that's got to change. I mean, we got to put our feet down and make a difference. You can't make a difference just sitting there in the corner hoping that it'll change, because it won't. On the 4th day of Christmas, we put our idea and challenge for you guys was to take time and visit somebody in either a nursing home or an assisted living facility, because the light in their eyes and the smiles on their faces will instantly glow when they see you. Because the thing is, at a nursing home, all you have is the people around you and the workers. You don't necessarily always have somebody to talk to. And if you don't know someone, don't let that stop you. Visit a veteran, thank them for fighting for our freedoms, or go visit a stranger. When I was younger, my great-grandma, she was actually, well, it'd be great-great-grandma, she was in the nursing home or some sort of facility like that. And every time I would go visit her, I would see this really sweet old lady. She was the most amazing lady ever. And she would just, like, get so excited to see me, and she didn't even know me. And it just made her day, because I would stop and talk to her. I'd give her a hug. She even, like, she'd greet me like I was her own granddaughter or something. And it made me feel good, but it also made her feel good because I would stop and give her the time of day. The thing is, people just want to be noticed, even if they're not known or people don't know who they are. They just want to be noticed as a human, as a being, as somebody who is a part of this world. And it just takes a moment of your time to warm somebody's heart, to go out and do that. I mean, I did, and I felt so good. And to this day, I still look back on that, and I remember that. And I know I made her feel good for the last couple of years of her life, because every time I would go visit my grandma, I'd go visit her too. And it kind of, like, felt like a whole family that I made with her, and it was just so cool. We don't want them to feel forgotten, because there's so many people in the nursing homes and in the facilities that end up passing away, and people don't really talk about them anymore, or people don't visit them enough or do anything, and all they're doing is just waiting for somebody to come in and say hi. Come in and say, how are you today? What are you doing? How have you been? What have you been up to? And they just want even if it's a stranger, it'll make them feel good. And the thing is, your visit that you make with somebody, it doesn't have to take place today or tomorrow or just during the holidays. It can be any day of the year. Go in February, March, April, and just say, hey, I'd like to see if you have anybody in your facility who needs a friend, needs somebody to talk to. And they will gladly lead you to somebody and make sure you have a new friend, and make sure that both of you can, like, kind of greet each other, and you can make somebody feel good. That's all it takes. And it's not something that is it's something that's unnoticed, but it's not something that's hard. It's not something like whenever you go to a big expensive concert. It's something so simple as getting in your car, driving to the nearest facility, nursing home, or whatever you would want to call it, and reaching out. That's all it takes. It doesn't take, I guess you could say, rocket science. But the fifth, I guess you could say, not mission, but our fifth challenge that we had for you guys was, we would like to challenge every single person to gather together and go caroling through your neighborhoods. Whether it be 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, just get your family together, get some friends together, get some get your whole community if you want to, even get a hold of the churches or do however you want to go about it. But caroling doesn't have to be just a whole thousands of people. It can be two, as simple as two. And it'll make others feel good, because that used to be something that there was always people caroling. And when was the last time you've seen somebody go to your doorstep and sing you a Christmas carol? I would say most of you have not in a very, 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 very long time. Because it has been, I think the last time I even was involved in Christmas caroling, I was pretty young because my church did it, but it seems like we're not doing it anymore. We're not really being a part of it, and we're not just making somebody's day and making them smile just by going to their doorstep and singing some Christmas songs and, following it along. And, I don't think people realize how something as simple as doing that will make somebody feel. Because sometimes maybe somebody had a terrible day, or maybe somebody lives alone, and that person knocking on their door and starts singing a Christmas song or a Christmas carol, it made their day. It made their entire year. Not just day, it can make their year. And I've seen so many videos, and I've seen so many situations myself where little things like that will make people happy with, like, tears of happiness, because it just makes them feel that good that people care enough to do something as small as singing to them, or something as small as visiting them even if they don't know them, or something as small as walking up to a stranger and saying, "Hello, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas," or "God bless you today," or something as simple as that. The thing is, with the holidays coming, most people only try to do the holidays, and they don't actually reach out throughout the year. And doing things throughout the year is what makes it so much better and makes the world go around. It's not just the holidays, or it's not just the like today, tomorrow, New Year's, different things like that. It's the entire all the way around. All the way around, we need to sit down and say, we're going to make a change. As America, we're going to make a change. As the USA, we're going to make a change. As every country, we need to say, we're going to make a change. And we're going to start this holiday season. Because if you start now, then in a couple months, maybe things might seem a little bit different, and it might go a little bit better for us. I mean, it's not going to completely change, but it's a start. We have kind of a list of traditions for those of you guys who maybe don't have traditions, or you do have traditions but you want to start other traditions as well. There's so many ideas of things you can do, and it doesn't take a lot of time. You just get your family together and do them. One idea would be read a Christmas story book each night. So you would take whatever book you decide for that season or that night, and have, maybe if you have kids or grandkids, let one of them pick out a Christmas book. And each night throughout the holiday season, start reading all the Christmas books. And then it'll be like a way that you guys can bond together, but also a way that, especially if you have little kids around, that they can learn how to read. They can read out loud. You can read out loud. And it would be something fun for all of you. Especially, like, right before, like, the bedtime area. Because then it would be where you guys are relaxed anyways. And you're already really tired. So it'll be like a soothing, fun thing for you and your family. Another thing would be a cookie exchange. So how you would go about that was you would just, your friends, your family, however you want to go about it, would each bake cookies. And so say I would bake cookies, and then my mom would bake cookies, because I do not live with my mom. I would make cookies, my mom would make cookies, my sister would make cookies, and then we'd all swap them out. And we'd all, like, she'd get 6 of my cookies, I'd get 6 of her cookies, and we'd all swap out the cookies. And we would all have our own variety of cookies at that point, because we wouldn't just have a peanut butter cookie or just an oatmeal cookie. We would have different ones. Another idea would be crazy dinner. It's actually kind of funny. I was hearing about this. But crazy dinner would be each child, if you have kids or grandkids or whatever, would get like $5 or less, however you want to go about it. And they would go out and buy one ingredient and then bring it back home. Well, then all the ingredients that each person had brought, because it'd be one per person, you would throw it together and make some crazy dinner with it. So it could be something as crazy as somebody got vanilla extract and somebody else got, like, some sort of meat. And it would be, like, all these different ingredients that normally probably wouldn't go together, but you would make it work because it's supposed to be a crazy dinner. And that might be really fun and funny for the family or friends to get together and do, because everybody can laugh about it and joke about it, and it would be something you can always remember later on in life as well. Another thing would be caroling, which we already did talk about that, but with this one, you would bring like hot cocoa packages, or bring cookies or whatever you feel like bringing, and each house you go to carol or sing for them, just bring whatever you decide to have and give it to each person at the door. And that'll make them feel good because you gave them something as simple as hot cocoa packages or cookies, but it also made them feel good because you reached out and you sang to them and you stopped at their house and acknowledge that they're there. So it would be fun for you guys, but it'd also be good for other people as well. Another tradition, which actually my family always had whenever I lived at my hometown, would be light displays. Get together and take 1 or 2 cars, how many ever people you have in the family or friends, and go look at different light displays. In my hometown, every year, we had this tradition, and once I moved, it was a little bit more difficult for that tradition. But there was this house that always had these dancing lights. It was so cool. We loved to go through it. And you would turn on the radio, and that specific house, and it was the same house every year. It's not like the house, like, it wasn't like a line of houses. It was just one house. But they decorated every year. And we would park out front, and we'd have the Christmas music station playing that corresponds with that house, and we would just watch the lights dance. And it was something as simple as watching the lights dancing at a house that made us all feel so good. And even though we've seen it every year and we know exactly what it looks like, it still was something fun because we did it together. We did it as a family. And that's what you guys can do. Go to different house displays, or if you know of a similar situation where there is a house that does that every year, you and your family can get together in a car and just go over and play some music, dance to it, and watch all the lights. It's something that's a great way to bond, but it's also a super cool experience all in all. Another one would be every year, what you could do is get an ornament per, like, whoever you're getting it for, but it'd be one ornament, and make it a tradition that every year that ornament they get. So if you know somebody who specifically wants ornaments of a certain kind, then you can get similar ornaments of that, and every year just keep doing it. And it'll be something that is unique, but it'll also be something that you guys can do that is, it can be really cheap. You could even make them. I've actually made ornaments before. It's actually kind of fun. And it's something fun to do. Another thing that I would say as a whole, or as ideas for traditions, would do the angel tree. So you would go to like mall, shop, fire department, and you would get a little angel ornament, and you would see whatever the angel had on it, whether it was a boy or a girl, and you would get an item for a boy or girl, and you would put it under the tree at like a fire department or whatever, and it would make a kid who doesn't have a home, or somebody who doesn't have family or anything, it would make them feel good because they got a gift. But it would make you feel good because you got to make somebody's Christmas and make somebody's holiday so much better. And it could be a tradition that you and your family can do as well, and you can each get your own and have your own person that you can get for. And it would be something really fun. Another thing that would be awesome would be just donating to like your local food bank, your local, if you know any homeless shelters and anything like that, you can donate food or donate clothing and things like that, and make it a tradition that every year, if you have like extra clothes or extra scarves, gloves, hats, and all the little things, especially because in the winter time it gets really cold. So if you have any coats as well, like just all these things that can make somebody warm, especially in the winter season where most people are outside if they are homeless. And it'll make their day because somebody reached out and they wanted to help, and it could be a new tradition that you could start. Another one, which is a lot of people do this one, would be the elf on the shelf. And everyone knows that that one is just where you have an elf hidden on the shelf, and basically you go find it. It's kind of like the same tradition they have with the pickle tree, which I'm not going to lie to you guys, I kind of started that tradition. I got 2 pickles. I got one big one and one little one, so that if I ever have any kids at my house, they can find the little one, and whoever else will find the big one. But the elf on the shelf is very similar to that, except for it's on a shelf and you're out trying to find it. Another thing you can do that would be really fun would be teaching the kids or grandkids or whatever to write letters to Santa, and every year have a tradition where you just sit down and write letters to Santa together. So it'll make them, it'll make the kids feel good, it'll make you feel good, and it'll be something that you guys can do together. And get a little, I mean, if you can, like, make a little box or something, and every year sit it out, and the envelopes can go in the box at the end, or something like that, and it will, it'll be something good for you guys to do in a whole. Another thing that's really fun, especially at this time, is gingerbread houses. I've done a few of those. I never really made a tradition of it, but doing them every year would be super fun. And you could even do them as little contests where, like, you would have a few gingerbread houses, and each person or 2 people, or however you would go about it, you guys could have a contest to see who could do the best gingerbread houses, and that would be super fun for everybody, and it would be something that could bring you all together as well. This one is something that will be a little bit more so you don't have kids constantly asking, when's Christmas? How many days? Like, what do I do now? Like, all these questions, because you already know kids are always going to ask, is it Christmas yet? Is it Christmas yet? Kind of like that, how they always ask, are you there yet? Are we there yet? Christmas time is how that always usually is. So what you can do is do what they call a countdown chain. And you would do a chain out of paper of little chains all the way down, and then each day up until Christmas take one off, and that'll tell the family, the kids or whatever, how many days are left till Christmas. So by the time you have that one chain, then the kids are like, oh yay, Christmas is tomorrow, and it'll be something that, like, it'll get them looking forward to Christmas even more, because they'll be counting down the days and they'll get so excited to be able to do that with you guys. Another thing that's really really good but also fun would be doing fudge. You can make fudge together as a family, and it's something that's not too hard. You could even look up ingredients and look up recipes on how to do it. I've made them before. It's actually really not that hard, and it's something that'll be super fun for you guys as a family. Something that I've only done maybe twice in my life, but something that's super fun that you could do as a tradition is sledding, especially whenever it gets really snowy and cold out, and you guys can bundle up in your coats and scarves and mittens and do sled riding. And I would suggest doing it on not like a super steep hill, but a steeper hill than just a tiny one, because I tried to go sledding one time. It was quite a few years ago, but I tried to go sledding and I went down like a super steep hill. Like, it was so steep that I went skyrocketing down the thing. Yeah, it didn't end well. I got hurt pretty bad. So I learned my lesson. So I'm going to tell that lesson to you guys. Don't go on too steep of a hill, because it will not end on a good note. You will end with snowy knees and dirt and whatever else came out of it. You'll have wet knees. Another thing would be like holiday decorating and putting up the Christmas tree and things like that, because I know my mom and my family, we used to always, which the past couple of years it's been a little bit more difficult because now, like, obviously being an adult, I've moved out, different things like that, but we always would put our Christmas tree and do it together. We would put the lights on together, we'd put candy canes on together, and we made it a tradition that every year we would build the Christmas tree up at the house. And that's something you guys can do as a family. It'll be super amazing, and it'll be something that everybody can enjoy doing, because the Christmas tree and the decorations for the holiday is what makes Christmas like known, like it's coming. It's like every time I put decorations up for Christmas, I get so much more excited for the holidays, and I start feeling so much better, because the decorations, the Christmas music and things like that, it just brings your spirits so high, and it just lifts your spirits up, and it makes you feel so good. And that'll be something that you guys can do to bond and have such a good time together. Another thing would be to bring a meal to someone in need. So if you know somebody who's struggling, somebody who has a lot going on in life, somebody who has some issues or anything, make them a meal and go take it to them. Like, and it'll make you feel good. It'll make them feel good that somebody cares, and it'll make all the way around it'll come together. It'll like bring it'll bring the atmosphere so much brighter than what it would have been before. Another thing would be making caramels, which that is something that is so much fun. I've done that before, and it is a blast, especially when you're like pulling it, because especially with the soft caramels, you would have to like pull and pull and pull until it's nice and soft where it would just melt in your mouth. And I did that once, and it was such a blast, and it was something that brought everybody together, because we would like take turns pulling it, or you guys could do like 2 people with 1 caramel, and and just do it down the line and have multiple people making caramel at a time. And that would be something I would say is another good tradition that you can do every year. It doesn't have to just be 1 year. I would do it every year. Make a tradition of all these things. Like, not all of them, but pick and choose some of these and make it a full tradition where you do it every single year. Don't skip a year because you have something else going on. Because the thing is, traditions are what makes life so much better. Traditions are what make us feel good because we've done something. And we keep doing it, and we're consistent with it. Something else that I had heard about, I've never done this, but I heard, and it sounds like it'd be so much fun to do a tradition of, is Christmas talent show. So how that would work is you would have the people in the family, and you would do, one person could sing, one person could tap dance, one person can do a magic show, and you would have one person, whether it be the mom, the dad, or whoever, be in charge of saying who did the best in the talent show. And it would just be something that would be as simple as you can give them a candy cane of whoever wins get a candy cane, or whoever wins, like, it'll just be something so much fun for everybody to do, and everybody to come together and think up ideas, and it'll get their brains working, and they can start practicing the whole year around, and it'll give them some ideas, and they can think on what they're gonna do, and it'll be a good time, and it'll be something that you guys as a family as a whole can always remember years and years to come. Another thing would be the Christmas Advent calendars, which I've done those quite a few times, and they are so fun. I don't know what makes it fun about it, but it's like every time you open one of the days and you get chocolate or whatever was in that advent calendar, you're just like, oh, I'm so excited. What's it gonna be today? Because sometimes they'll have little toys, or sometimes they'll have little candies, and it doesn't say exactly what kind of candy or what kind of anything in it. You just open up the day and you're like, what's today gonna be? And it's just something fun for everybody, and it'll be a good way to count down the days, just like how you would do with the where'd it go? It would be just like how you would do with your little chain links. Because if you do the chain links, then you're still counting down the days as well, just like with an Advent. I'm sorry, I can't say that word. Advent calendar. There we go, I got it. Another thing that is awesome and super fun is doing a hot cocoa, like, stand, where basically you would have all different things you can put into a hot cocoa, whether it be marshmallows, little chocolate chunks. You could even do like actual hot cocoa bombs sitting there, or different things like that. And it'll be something where you or the kids can start putting together their own personal hot cocoa and make it the way they want it. And it's something that they'll enjoy, and then at the end you guys can just sit and have hot cocoa together and sit by the fire. Or if you don't have a fireplace, then sit down and watch a movie together, and that would be where you can do your Christmas movie and watch Christmas movie while having hot cocoa. And it'll make you feel good or make everybody feel good because they're making their own hot cocoa the way they like it. And it won't be like specific in how hot cocoa is normally made. It'll be their own creation, I guess you could say. Something else that would be fun is make sugar cookies for Santa. So it's like every day or every year before Christmas Day, put out a little plate of sugar cookies that you guys together can throw together and make, and then have your little glass of milk there, and everybody can have fun baking cookies together, because doing something simple as baking cookies or doing gingerbread houses and things like that, it's something, I mean, at least I enjoy doing, and I know a lot of other people enjoy doing too, because it's something that all the way around you can learn a lot from it. Like, you can learn to bake, you can learn to take the time to spend that time with your family. And because if not, a lot of these days people are just in their rooms, they're just avoiding family, they're avoiding their friends, they aren't doing things as much. And this holiday season, it can be something different. You can go out and you can change that and start one of these traditions. One last tradition that I have on this list is to read the Christmas story out of the Bible. So each year on Christmas Day, take the Bible out and read the Christmas story, because that is something so important that, one, you guys can come together and do as a family, but also it is so important to know what Jesus did for us. And reading about the Christmas story is going to, every year, as your children or grandchildren grow up, they will always be able to remember the story of what Jesus did for us and how significant Christmas really is. The thing is, Christmas is not gonna be about money. It's got to be about memories. It's got to be about these traditions that I was naming off. It's got to be about going out of your way and do something small for somebody. And that's all it really should be. I mean, it's the holidays. It's the holiday season. So let's bring happiness and joy and peace and love. And I hope that you guys have a blessed rest of your day and or night, wherever you are. And I hope you guys enjoyed just listening to the different kinds of traditions and different things that we have been challenging you guys to do. And keep an eye out on our page, because we do have a lot more challenges on our way. I mean, we're only on day 5 right now, so we still have 6 through 12 coming. So keep an eye out and do these challenges that we got for you, and maybe comment on our posts, on like the one I told you about, the pictures. If you can find it, put in the comments one of your favorite pictures and describe what you thought of like that picture and why it was so important to you, and share the memory behind it, because like I said earlier, we love to hear about you guys and what you guys are going through, and what your memories and what makes you happy in life, because that's all we want to do. Is we want to inform you guys, we want to spread the truth out there, but we also want to make you guys happy, and at least we hope that we make you happy. I hope you guys have a great night, and I thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned because we still got a lot coming yet. We love you guys so much, and you guys take care. God bless. Bye.